Happy New Year, everyone. What up, what up, what up?
Happy
Well,
New Year,
Happy
everyone.
New Year.
yep. Say goodbye to that wretched year that was 2020, and let's look to the future. So,
Oh,
welcome one and all to our ranking of our most anticipated releases of 2021. Guys, how the heck are you?
Doing pretty all right. Uh, just had dinner a little while ago, so I'm all fueled up and ready to do this.
Yep,
mhm.
already. So, before we get started, we'll do our channel promotion as usual. Austin, where can they find you?
Uh, I have a YouTube channel, The Austinator, not with the Luke Perry picture, but with a Spider-Man picture. I'm at over 100 subscribers. I don't really have any subscriber goal at the moment, so if you guys just want to go and subscribe, go ahead and do so. I'm on a bunch of stuff. So Sundays, I have a show called Shadow Eye where we're going to be reviewing The Office season 3. Then later on, you can find me usually on the Real Review 3000, Chris Knight's channel, on the weekly wrap up. Mondays, you can sometimes find me on JJ, aka Sith Lord's channel for randomness at its finest. Thursday, I have a show called Splash Talk, so you can check me out there. And then on Fridays, you can find me on Ninjoy243's channel for Galactic Chat. We did Jeopardy yesterday. And I do a show also on Friday called Good Old Wrestling, where yesterday was a tribute show to Luke Harper, Brody Lee, also known as John Huber, who passed away a few days ago. And we did a TLC review and talked about if Booker T was coming back or not. Also, you can find me on Anzo, Big Ford Entertainment channel sometimes. As part of whenever he does game streams, and also you can find me sometimes in the waiting room on Nerdotica or Pixelate or LEG Pixels. If you have computer problems, go check him out. Also, you can find me on everybody's channels. You can find me on Sauerkraus's channel for Animation Takeover, and whenever he does his streams, Zach's channel, EJ's channel, and you can find me everywhere. And I have Twitter at the Austinator17. So if you ever wanna message me, go ahead and find me over there. And I also have Discord at the Austinator. Thanks for having me on, Zach.
Anytime, my friend. All right, Ryan. Where can they find you?
All right, you can find me Discord at Sarah Kraus !question number 4433. I actually started my own server. If you want to link to that, just text me on Discord, or you can also text me on Twitter at SourAssman. For it, and I'll send you the link. And my own YouTube channel, the name you see on screen right now, where I rarely post and stuff, but still active a bit on there. I'm also on Austin's and Android streams a lot of the time, and sometimes Zach's as well. But you already know him because you're watching.
All right. And Ninja, my friend, where can they find you?
Okay. You guys can find me on my own channel, Ninjoy243, where we do a lot of fun stuff over there, such as Galactic Chat every single week on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And make sure that you come check it out. We do have Season 4, Episode 2 this upcoming week, in which I don't have a single clue what we're going to be doing. But I'll figure it out because I always figure it out for Galactic Chat, because that is a show that I just put my passion and heart to. Also, you can find me later on. As soon as the stream is done, Austin and I will be showing our comic book collection. So make sure that you come check that out. It's going to be a fun, relaxing stream, and we're going to basically chill out. Ryan might be there also. So yeah, guys, we're just going to be chilling out, showing our comic
I'll be
book
watching it.
All right.
Maybe I might show my really, really small collection, maybe.
Okay. All right, sure. And then also you guys can find me on Twitter at Ninjoy243, also Facebook Seth Ninjowski, Snapchat at Ninjoy243, and Instagram at Ninjoy243. You guys can message me if you want to appear on the stream. I'll try it out and all of that. And we'll be also reviewing Riverdale Season 3 as soon as possible. So, yep.
Alrighty. And then EJ should be on here in a little bit, hopefully. If he pops up, I'll bring him in.
Mhm.
So let's get this started. I figure I'm probably gonna go first because I probably have the biggest list,
Okay.
and then I'll let everyone else go.
So, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Because even with my honorable mentions, there's a lot. So we'll start, and with the honorable mentions, I'll speed through as much as I can. So honorable mentions. We'll start off with The Conjuring: The Devil Made Me Do It. I like most of these Conjuring universe films. I haven't been the biggest fan of the filler films like the Annabelle films or whatever, but I have consistently loved the main Conjuring movies, and I'm hoping this one will deliver. The Mortal Kombat movie. I think we're all excited for that.
Oh, I'm definitely excited for
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely.
So it's
Yeah.
a shame I couldn't put this on my list, but because my list was big enough as it is. Oh, sorry. Oh. So yeah. So hopefully we'll get a more faithful and hopefully more gory adaptation with this movie. So I'm pretty excited. Next up is Resident Evil. I'll be honest, I actually have a kind of a soft spot for some of the other Resident Evil films, mainly the first three. But after the third film's like from 4 onward is where they started to get shitty. I hated the last three. So it's gonna be good that we're getting a reboot that hopefully will be faithful and hopefully have better effects, because some of the effects in these movies were kind of shitty. I think we can agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Next up is Jackass 4. I love the
Wait,
show. I love the
are they
movie.
seriously making a Jackass 4?
Yeah, they
Apparently
are.
so.
I just checked September 3rd.
Yep. So I'm a fan of slapstick comedy, and I've always admired that the guys on the show have the balls to do what they do. So hopefully they'll hold nothing back with this sequel. I'm pretty excited for it. Next up, The Forever Purge, which is apparently going to be the final film of the franchise, but story-wise, I don't know if it's going to be a continuation or another prequel. You'll like the first Purge was that movie. So it's another franchise that I have a soft spot for. The first one could have been better, but every other film I have loved because they actually took advantage of the potential with the premise, crime being illegal for 12 hours or whatever. So I'm excited for this one too. Next up, Mission Impossible 7. I am oddly even more excited for this now because of Tom Cruise's little rant that went all viral. If y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for him to get all mad like that because of the COVID stuff, like I think we might be in for something special with this film. So it's gonna be sad to see this franchise end because there's gonna be this one, then another sequel, and then it's done. But hopefully they'll end it on a high note. And let's see. Next up is Ryan Reynolds' new movie, The Free Guy, or Free Guy. It was supposed to come out December last year, but it got pushed. I got some very Deadpool vibes out of the trailer for this film. If you don't know what this one is, gladly look up the trailer for it. It looks like it's gonna be very consistent with the type of humor you get in the Deadpool films and with Ryan Reynolds. So this is another one I can't really elaborate on because there's not much that's been revealed about this film story wise. But from what I've seen in the trailer, I'm excited enough. Yeah, like I said, I have a lot of honorable mentions, so I'll try and get through. Next up is the MCU Spider-Man 3. It's not on my main list just because we don't know what the actual story is gonna be. We haven't gotten a trailer yet, so we haven't gotten a little taste of it. But with the hope that we could possibly get Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and all these classic actors back, does it does it's tempting. So like anything in the MCU, I'm always going to keep an open mind. Next up, Black Widow. This is another one I couldn't put on my main list because it's a prequel. Well, or at least set before Avengers Endgame, so we know she's not gonna die. So it kind of takes away the thrill and the suspense. But I'm still excited for it because it's still Scarlett Johansson. It's still this character that we've grown to love over the last 12, 11 years. So just for that alone, I'm still excited enough for it, you know. All right. Keeping on the Marvel train, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is apparently going to give us an accurate uh, depiction of the Mandarin character.
Yeah.
So that alone is enough to get it here where it is with my list of honorable mentions and stuff. So, and plus, it's another instance of them taking Marvel characters that are lesser known, like they did with Guardians of the Galaxy, and hopefully making them mainstays, household names. So yeah. And plus, I'm a stickler for like martial arts type movies, that kind of thing. So it should be a lot of fun. Next up is the Disney Plus Loki TV series, which is confirmed for May 2021. I'll admit, I'm worried about the plot holes that this show could bring in with the fact that he escaped with the Tesseract and all that in Avengers Endgame. But I still have faith in it because it is Marvel, and they know their shit for the most part, So I have no reason to be like legit nervous. So this is another one that I'll keep an open mind with. And plus, it's more Tom Hiddleston. What more could you ask for, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up, Spiral: The Book of Saw. The Chris directed, I think it's directed or written by Chris Rock of all people. Yeah, the guy who voiced Marty the zebra in Madagascar is writing the next Saw sequel, or at least I think it's a sequel.
All right then.
All right. Yeah, this is another one I can't elaborate on because not much has been revealed story wise. But you know what? Chris Rock is in it. Samuel Jackson's gonna be in it. You hear him saying, "You want to play games, motherfucker?" Because it's Saw. I want to play a game. So my ass will be first in line for this one. Next up is Death on the Nile, the sequel to the 2017 remake of Murder on the Orient Express. I love the first film. I finally got to see it, but I don't like to give spoilers because I like to give people an opportunity to see these types of mystery thriller films. And plus, I think Gal Gadot is going to be in this one. And I think the detective was played by Kenneth Branagh from the first film, so it looks like they're keeping a consistent storyline. So, yep. Another one that hasn't had much revealed about it story wise, but I'm still keeping an open mind. Next up is The King's Man, the sequel to the Kingsman films. Kingsman: The Secret Service, Kingsman: The Secret Circle. They're doing a prequel, and they got Matthew Vaughn directing once again. So it'll be nice to see his style used for the setting and the timeline that they're doing with this, like early days. Like showing the formation of the Kingsmen and all that. That's all I gotta say. I am really hyped for that one. My final honorable mention before we go into my main list is The Suicide Squad. I'll admit it's a little weird seeing that this film is set in the 70s, but Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn is still going to be in it. But it's a new DC movie, so that's all.
This film is going to be set in the 70s?
I think that's what they said.
Oh, shoot. Please don't be like 1984. Please don't retcon stuff in a way. Or, no. I went back and I rewatched the first Wonder Woman to Wonder Woman 1984. Mm-hmm. It does not really retcon stuff. with the lasso, yes, it does. But I mean, with the
Yeah.
training, no, they didn't actually, because I went back and the mom said, "Oh yeah, you can train her at the age of 10," she said. So yeah, you can continue though.
All right. So that's my final honorable mention. Now on to my main list. My top 22 most anticipated releases of 2021. Number 22 is Haddonfield the Vanished, a Halloween fan film made by the YouTube channel Fandom Empire, set for release hopefully this October. Which I guess I gotta put in this plug that since we're technically still not out of the clear with all this virus and stuff, the release dates for all these could end up being changed, but like last year, you just say what you're excited for.
Mhm.
For anyone who loved Halloween, like I'm going to the script for this, for anyone who loved Halloween 4 and was either thinking, man, they could have really ended the series there, or they could, or you were really hopeful for a sequel, seeing Jamie as the killer and all that. But then you saw how disappointing Halloween 5 was. Do you agree, Austin?
Oh, I agree 100%. Halloween 5 made no sense. It was stupid. Halloween 5 sucks. The mask sucks. Everything sucks.
Well, with this fan film, story wise, they're gonna make it. They're wanting to do their interpretation of what happened after Halloween 4. It's
Oh,
gonna be
shit.
called. It's yeah. It's gonna be done by the YouTube channel Fandom Empire. It's gonna be called Haddonfield the Vanished. Set for release October 6th, I believe they said.
Ooh. All right.
So yeah, we're getting a lot of Halloween this year. An actual Halloween. You know what? I'm gonna say this is a Halloween movie too. But yeah, we're getting the next Halloween sequel, and we're getting this both in October. Goody goody.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, yep. I have a lot to be excited for with this one. Regardless of how long it ends up being, I'm still gonna be there day one for it. All right. All right. Number 21, the Tom and Jerry movie. The animation looks kind of iffy with how they're blending the animated characters into a live action setting, but I have a soft spot for those types of movies. This looks like a movie that should have came out like 10 years ago because of the cliches it looks like they're going for and whatnot, you know? But it's got some actors in it I really like. And it's a duo of classic cartoon characters that I still really like. So I'm okay with this. The trailer was really funny. It gave off all the right vibes. So I have no so in that innocent way, I have no reason to say, oh, you know what? Like basically, I have no reason to be nervous or anything to be kind of skeptical about. So, yep, that's that's my reasoning. All right, number 20 is my pick for most anticipated Marvel movie of the year, The Eternals. Another instance of them taking lesser known characters like they did with Guardians of the Galaxy and hoping to make them like household type names and all that. And this is supposed to be like another space epic and whatnot, set millions of years in the past, whatever. So it sounds new, it sounds intriguing, and I'm liking the descriptions for the characters. So, and with everything they're saying about this, this should be a 3D masterpiece. Like this is a Marvel movie I'll definitely go and see, especially in 3D. Like in particular, like that's a priority. Number 19. It's Me, Billy, a fan film by the YouTuber Dave McRae. So think of it this way. Did you really like that original 70s horror film Black Christmas? I was thinking, what man, all the potential that they have for a sequel. But all we've gotten were two shitty remakes. The 2006 one and the 2019 one. Actually scratch that. I like I like the 2006 one, but I hate like I'm with everyone else. The 2019 film sucks. This man here, Dave McRae, is going to be putting his own spin, or at least his own vision on what happened after the events of that first Black Christmas film. So, and we got a teaser trailer a little while back. So, and I think it's set for release this spring, actually. So, a lot to be excited for here. Number 18, Disney's The Jungle Cruise movie. Thoughts on this one, guys?
To be honest, I'm not necessarily excited for this. It's one of those movies where I'm like, okay, I'm kind of excited, but at the same time, I'm like, it's not really for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's Dwayne Johnson doing like the type of role that he seems to be most comfortable with, the big action adventure type movies, and the trailers for this movie so far have been really thrilling. So I'm really optimistic for this one. All right, I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for this next pick, but my number 17 pick is Venom: Let There Be Carnage.
Oh shit, I forgot Venom: Let There Be Carnage was coming out this year.
Yeah,
Supposed to come out in June.
yeah.
I'm one of the people who. Oh, sorry, what?
No, I just agreed.
Yeah. I'm one of the people who actually really enjoy Venom. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying like, oh, I would disagree with anyone who dislikes it. Like, say, Adam and Rob, like, particular, really hate this one. I get it. Like, it's not like I don't have that. I don't have that connection to the source material, the comics, like they do. But it's one of those things where I get it. It wasn't done accurately. So for anyone who's a fan to be mad, I don't blame you. Like I get that. Like I'd be really mad if the MCU were to do the X-Men poorly. So you know what I mean. So I get what they're coming from. But just on its own. But
Well,
just on its
here's
own.
the
Oh,
thing.
sorry.
Well, here's the thing. I'm sorry, Austin, you were going to start first. They technically did Venom as an anti-hero in the comic books.
Yeah.
It's called Lethal Protector. In which, number one, I love Lethal Protector, the storyline, and the Symbiote War comic book storyline afterwards.
Yeah. So yeah, on its own merits, as a comic book film, I enjoyed it.
I thought-
Tom Hardy was a fun choice for Eddie Brock. Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Sweet.
Is that
I was
11?
I was gonna say I enjoyed the first. Well, actually, no. Let me phrase that. I did not like the first Venom movie, but again, I'll start off. But I will say though, they got the character a lot more correct than they did in Spider-Man 3. But the problem with the movie is the tone was way too comedic for what
Yeah.
it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, that's
It
very
had
true.
it had its pleasantly dark moments for sure, but I do agree there was a lot of unneeded comedy. Like I said,
And-
I like the movie, but it wasn't perfect.
And
Yeah.
it's just there are a lot of problems. I found the villain to be kind of bland and just very just bleh. So I'm excited for Venom 2 just because they're going to bring in Carnage. This is the first time we're going to see
Yeah.
Carnage on live action.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's a matter of getting it done right.
Yeah.
If they fuck it up, I'm going to fucking have a meltdown. I will watch
Me
this
too.
movie.
Me
They
too.
fuck it up, it gets an immediate F. They
Yep.
cannot fuck this up.
When I get out of here.
They,
And
yeah,
I'll
they have now. They have like a second chance, a second opportunity to make the fans happy with this version of Venom.
Did you enjoy the first Venom, EJ?
I did, but they really fucked up his
Yeah.
origins. They really fucked up his origins.
Yeah. So it's like I was saying earlier, like for people who know the comics, who have that emotional attachment to it, like I get it. Like, cause see, I get like this film isn't perfect. They did the everything inaccurately, so
Yeah.
I get it for fans who are getting who got pissed about that. I get it.
I still think Spider-Man should have been in it. For me personally, it would have
Yeah.
it would have made it better.
Well, here's what I say about Venom, the first Venom, because now you're bringing, well, it's not comic accurate. I say just look at it as its own certain thing. Look at it like you don't know the origins. That's how I look at Homecoming, to be honest. And I still really do enjoy Homecoming, but I will acknowledge that was not Spider-Man, and there's a reason why he was not Spider-Man. Because that was his arc, becoming Spider-Man. But with Venom,
Right.
Venom basically got, yes, it's not from like the Amazing Spider-Man comic books, the original line, but they grabbed stuff from all over the place. Like they got some ideas from Ultimate, they got some stuff from Lethal Protector, they got some of the Symbiote War comic book storyline with Riot coming in and he wants to invade the whole planet, this and that. So, it's multiple things mushed into one. And that's why I actually like Venom a lot. Because the people who made it, they actually know the comics, if you understand. But they knew but they knew that Spider-Man could not be in it. So they have to work their way past that. Because supposedly like Tom Holland was not able to do it because of the MCU connection and all of that, but now I think that's gonna all fade away in the third one.
And who knows? Maybe there's some stuff that they're hiding from us. Maybe they're gonna try and connect the Sony stuff with the MCU as far as Venom and all that. And maybe even Morbius, which I guess I will get that away. Morbius was not on my list, and I did forget to put it in my honorable mentions because I am also excited for that one.
Okay.
So, long story short, like I said, for people who are fans of the comics, were pissed at the first film. I get it, because like I said, for me, I could understand, because I would be pissed if, say, the MCU did the X-Men poorly or inaccurately. So I can see where Venom fans are coming from with this, but hopefully they'll rectify their mistakes with this one. It should be a fun ride.
Yep.
All right, my number 16 pick is Monsters at Work, the Disney Plus sequel series to the Pixar classic film Monsters, Inc. Thoughts, guys?
Honestly, I forgot they were even doing a Monsters, Inc. show. I'm
excited for it now that you mentioned it to me.
I didn't even know they were doing one.
Yep, John Goodman and Billy Crystal. Yep, John Goodman and Billy Crystal are returning as Sully and Mike Wazowski.
Well, that's good to hear.
Also, quick question: when is Indiana Jones 5 coming out?
2022 sometime.
Oh, fudge!
It was supposed to be this summer, but because of it actually wasn't COVID-related problems, believe it or not, that pushed Indiana Jones 5. I think it had something to do with script rewrites or something.
Personally, when it comes to Indiana Jones 5, I'm just gonna believe it when I see him.
Well, here's the thing.
Well, they do have James Mangold directing that movie, and if that name is familiar, he directed Logan.
Yes, that is true. They do have a good director.
Yeah, Lucasfilm though is popular for rewrites.
Yeah.
So they are. That's for sure.
So this is another one they haven't even put a trailer out yet, and they haven't really revealed anything story-wise, but just the fact that we're finally getting a continuation. Not another prequel set in college, mind you, but a sequel in a way. That's exciting because these are characters that are just as on a high tier for Pixar as the Toy Story characters. Would you agree?
Sure.
Maybe.
I like the monster characters more than actually the characters in Toy Story.
Oh, so you're really excited for this then, huh?
Dang.
Well, I'm not excited. I'm just telling my personal bias.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I really like those characters. Monsters Inc. is my favorite Pixar movie. So, I mean, I'm not as excited as some people, but you know what? I'll give it a try.
Yep.
That's all.
Oh, sorry. What?
I just said I will give it a try. That's all.
Yeah. So, yep. I kind of be more excited, like I said, that we're finally getting a sequel to this. Well, sort of, because it is a series and all that.
Yep.
But, so, yep, that's my number 16 pick. Number 15, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I'm actually really looking forward to that. Anything to clean our mouths out the atrocious abomination that was Ghostbusters 2016.
Yes.
Wait, is Sony doing this one too?
Yep. And
All
they're,
right, then I'm
they're
passing on this one.
no.
come
They're,
on, we
they're
saw the
retconning the
trailer.
2016 film. They're wanting to take it back to the roots of the first two movies.
Yeah.
This is our Ghostbusters 3.
I don't know. I
They're
mean,
marking the actual third one out of canon. Whoopie do.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean,
I can understand why some people are not looking forward to it because the last Ghostbusters movie was absolutely horrendous.
well,
Yeah.
it's not just that. It's also like Sony, in terms of like products, they really don't know. Like, it's just like, also, I'm going to give you an example. Men in Black International. That was bad.
Yeah.
That
It's
was
my least
bad.
favorite of the series, but I actually still really like it. Just for Chris just for the two leads alone, Chris Hemsworth and Valkyrie, basically.
It's just International was so boring. I was just
Yeah.
like, oh my god, when is this movie gonna? Because I saw that movie in theater with my grandfather, and even he was like, ugh. Like, we were both just like, what? Okay.
No.
You guys
Yeah.
remember theaters?
Oh,
I know, right?
man, the worst
Every
theater
day.
experience I ever had was actually Men in Black International. I am not kidding.
My
It is
word for-
easily the most boring movie I ever saw in a theater. Now there might be like, because again, I don't really go see a lot of movies in theater because I'm not somebody that has a lot of money. But the movies I do usually go see are usually pretty good. But I saw Men in Black International in theater, and I'm like, that was probably the worst movie I've seen that year.
Mhm.
Wow.
Just how
Yeah.
bad it was.
But like any sequel that tries to go back to the roots of the original story and all that, I'm hopeful that this film can bring it back to basics. I like the premise, I like the setting and that old world town that they're at,
Yeah.
And I love that Paul Rudd is going to be in this. His character looks so entertaining.
Yeah, and I know both EJ and I won't disagree with this. This right here deserves to go up higher, Zach. Not this low. Like, seriously.
Well,
Alright,
I don't know.
like-
I don't know if is it in any particular order, Zach.
It isn't in order, ranked by excitement.
How dare
My
you?
main list, my main 22 picks that aren't honorable mentions. This was number 15.
Personally, I would put Ghostbusters Afterlife number 5 or number 4 on my list. I am
Yeah.
really
I'm
looking forward to
with
this
you
movie
on
very
that.
much.
I'm with you on that when we get to my list.
Yep.
Zach,
Yeah.
after you go, can I go next? Because I have a pretty long list as well. This time I
I
actually have
have a list
scripts
also.
to read from, unlike last
Oh
time.
yeah, sure. So
Get ready though, guys.
Oh, yeah,
Wait until you see like where I put Space Jam on my most anticipated list.
Because I'm just gonna let everybody know on
speaking
my
of
list,
which,
I didn't put any
now
of them
that
in
you-
particular order.
Okay, Austin.
it's so yeah.
All right.
So like I said, I'm hoping that they can rectify this. You rectify the wrongs of the 2016 piece of ass. So So the fact that they're bringing back a lot the cast members that are still alive, I think they're bringing back everyone. Sigourney Weaver and Bill Murray and all them, correct?
Yes.
Yes, they are. Yes.
And seeing the original car again on the poster, the teaser poster, that was enough to get me excited. I was excited even before I saw the trailers. I was excited just by seeing the poster. So that's number 15. And it's funny that you mentioned Space Jam, EJ, because number 14, Space Jam: A New Legacy.
What do you know? What do you know? Coincidence.
This movie sounds so
Ironic.
batshit insane.
In a
This-
good way.
I am so looking forward to Space
We
Jam.
better have Stick Below the Bunny again.
Oh, I think we're seeing the Looney Tunes. And plus, they say the premise is going to be they're going through Warner Brothers, and they're going to end up in like a lot of iconic scenes of Warner Brothers and past movies, newer movies. So we're going to see like Pennywise, The Mask, and all of them apparently.
Oh shit.
This movie sounds so stupid, but it sounds fucking hilarious. I'm excited
Yeah.
for it.
It's
Yeah,
definitely gonna be a guilty pleasure. That's
I don't
for
like the
sure.
original Space Jam.
It's a shame that Michael Jordan isn't coming back, but I think it's
Yeah.
LeBron James they're bringing in, right?
Oh, LeBron
Oh,
James is
seriously?
gonna be awesome in this movie.
And you know
Yep.
what? I have plans for a third Space
Yeah.
Jam. How about they go into space and then Bugs Bunny turns into a gigantic robot, and then Daffy fights the big robot, and the big Bugs Bunny
Oh
robot
yeah.
punches Daffy's head off, and then
I know, right?
Taz
Oh
Devil
my
comes out.
gosh.
And I'm
He's
just
gonna
gonna
be
say
fucking
this right
crying
now.
his eyes out.
And I'm just gonna say this right now. My favorite Looney Tunes anything ever is the Back in Action movie.
Oh shit, that's going way back.
Yeah, to like 2003, I think. That one had Brendan Fraser and Steve Martin as that crazy ass villain, like in a good way. Like,
Yeah, no, I
like
know
see,
what
here's
you're
the
talking
thing.
about.
Yeah, like thing with this way, because like not to go into a whole nother rant about WWE 84, but you know how bad shit and terrible Maxwell Lord was as a villain. But then you look at Steve Martin's character. That's how you do that type of villain right.
I see.
Like
All
so,
right.
but yeah. So just the premise alone, this is another one of those few types of movies that I'm excited for, even though I haven't seen a trailer. Just by hearing the premise alone, you know.
Mhm.
Number All right, so my next pick is number 13 for one of my most anticipated Disney movies of the year, Ryan the Last Dragon.
Oh hell yes.
Simply for the fact alone that Kelly Marie Tran is finally getting hers. She's finally getting her redemption. Because Rise of Skywalker did her dirty. Let's all agree. So now she's finally getting her piece, her spotlight to be the main star. So
Yep.
thoughts on this one, guys?
Definitely looking forward to it. It's an original movie for Disney, and Moana was great. Zootopia was great. So yeah, definitely looking forward to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts? Any other thoughts, you guys?
I'll be watching it for Kelly Marie Tran because I'm gonna support her because she
Mhm.
needs all the support she gets. Um, am I very excited for this film? No. Am I gonna go watch and enjoy it? Probably, yeah.
And this is a film that's going to go to Disney Plus with premiere access and to theaters on in March sometime.
Oh yeah, they did come out and say that. I remember.
That's the same thing they did with Mulan, and look what happened.
It tanked.
No, but look
But you know
at
what? If my
Oh.
theaters are open, if my theaters are open by this time, of course I'm going to go see it in theaters because you know what?
Oh,
It's all
yeah,
about
me
keeping
too.
it's all about keeping theaters alive. And that's the thing about Disney Plus is that you'll be like, all right, I've seen it in theaters, and if you like it, you want to rewatch it, then that's what Disney Plus is for.
no, but EJ, look at what happened to Soul. Also, Soul
Oh,
was released
so
in-
wasn't put up. So wasn't put up for money. They just put it on there for free.
Oh yeah, you're right. Shoot, I don't care.
But
That
after
movie was
but after seeing that movie and thinking back,
I
I'm just thinking
absolutely
if they
adore Soul
did,
so much.
yep. And my thing is like, even though they didn't put it up for money, after seeing it and knowing what I think about it, I'm thinking that if it had been put up for money, it would have been worth the probably $30 that they would have charged for it.
Yeah, I'm with
For,
you on
for
that.
that movie, oh, absolutely, totally.
I think that's a masterpiece right there.
Yep, because
I
I will
so
say this
agree.
about because I will say this about Soul. Out of their solo films, because you're like films like Toy Story and Monsters Inc. or whatever, the Pixar ones that have gotten sequels and turned into franchises. Then you have the other films that didn't get sequels or anything, kind of like solo one-offs. Soul is probably my favorite out of those Pixar films, the solo ones, you know. Because before that, Inside Out was my favorite.
I still think Wally's I still think Wally's my number one favorite Pixar movie of all time, but Soul is right up there. I think it's like
Yep.
number 3 or number 2 for me right now.
Yep.
All right.
It's up there with Toy Story, but it's not. But it doesn't beat Toy Story. It's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot for them to make a new Pixar property that can beat Toy Story for me. So, so, yep. I guess that's all I gotta say about it. Like, if my theaters are open by then, of course I'm gonna go see it in theaters. Keep the theater experience alive. All right,
Absolutely.
number 12 is one of my most anticipated horror films of the year. You know what it is. I've been talking about it all. I've been talking about it nonstop. Candyman.
I'm hoping this movie's good.
Yes.
I had you
I'm
going there, didn't
hoping.
I had you going there, didn't I? You think, all right, now here it is, Halloween.
No,
What
no. Halloween's your number one. I know it. Halloween's your number
Um,
one.
oh, because I was gonna say we'll get there. Because I had you going there, like I was saying, you know what it is. I've been talking about it nonstop.
I know what's
But
your
then
number one most anticipated, Zach. I know what's your number one.
yep. But you know what intrigues me most about Candyman? They're retconning the two shitty sequels, and they're bringing back Tony Todd again.
That's good. Thank God. Thank
So it's a
God they're
sequel to the
retconning the
first
two
Candyman
sequels
then.
because Candyman 1 was great.
Yeah. It's another instance though of you have the first film
Candyman 1 was
Candyman,
amazing.
but then the sequel just called Candyman. Sound familiar? Halloween. Then Halloween.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yep. I would say though, I actually liked Candyman 2. I'm not saying it's this great sequel that matches the original. They should have kept in the continuity or anything. But I'm just saying out of the sequels we got, I did like Candyman 2 for what it was, but yeah, 3 was pretty bad. I liked the gore in it though. There were some good kills in it. I'll say that. But
I haven't seen the original Candyman, so I'm just gonna be looking at this new Candyman as like its own movie. It's pretty much.
oh, I would say at least watch the first one because like since they're retconning the sequels,
Yeah,
so you probably have to. So join us, EJ. Be our victim.
I'll give it a watch. I'll give it a watch.
So yeah, and plus some familiar names are on this. He's not directing it, but Jordan Peele is writing it,
Jordan Peele's writing it.
and it's being directed by Nia DaCosta.
I hope Jordan Peele is going to do a good job with this because his last movie, Us, I was not really a fan of personally.
But Get Out was awesome.
I haven't seen Get Out.
Yeah, I would check that out. I think that was his first directorial movie,
It
and
is his
and it was
first one.
great. I loved Us though. Us. I loved Us just for how ballsy and different it was, and it didn't conform to the usual horror movie formulas. That's why I liked so much is that it kind of thought really outside of the box.
The first half of Us, I really enjoyed very much. The first half,
Yeah,
really enjoyed very much. The second half, I had problems.
I can see that. It's another film, right? And it has problems. I get it, but I did like it simply for the fact that it was different in a good way. Because just because it's different doesn't mean that means it's good. So this was different, and that ended up being good for me. But yeah, Candyman. Hopefully, it'll be another Jordan Peele classic, and hopefully, it'll be a sequel that matches the original. You concur, Sour?
Yeah, Ryan. I think he's meaning
What?
to say yes.
So, do you hope for it too that this will be another classic of another Jordan Peele classic movie, and that it'll also be a sequel that matches the original and does it justice? Uh,
Hoping, fingers
Yep.
crossed.
Yep. All right. Number 11 is a film that y'all probably didn't even know they were doing. The Addams Family 2, the sequel to that 2019 animated movie.
God. The 2019 movie sucked. Why are they making a second one?
I'm excited for it just because, I thought the cast in the movie did a really good job with how they portrayed the characters. So I thoroughly enjoyed the first film, and it killed me to have to keep to not be able to find a place for it on my best of the year list, but it almost made it.
Hmm.
This is a film that they kind of just announced just like a couple months ago, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so we don't have anything story wise to kind of talk about, but I do like how they put out the little teaser and you have Wednesday Addams come out saying like, "Oh, a sequel, how original." So so they're being kind of meta with that, and I like that. But number 10. So like, we're on my top 10 now. This is where like the hype is really coming in. I think we're all in agreement with this one. My kicking off my top 10 is Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Austin, enjoyed? You agree?
Hell yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. I forgot to put it on my list now. So now
Oh,
screw.
you still can. You still can. Like,
I know.
like
I
you
know.
still
But now
feel
I
like
have to redo the entire list.
Yep. And like I said, with your list, it doesn't have to be a particular number. Just everything you're excited for, you can mention. But what else can be said that we already haven't said? Regardless of how this final product ends up, it is going to be eons better than the Justice League.
Now
That
you just
pile,
jinxed it.
that pile of ass.
Trust me, I heard that phrase before, and guess what? I've seen things that people say, well, it can't be as bad as the other one, right? Well, no, it can be even fucking worse.
That has been proven sometimes. That has been proven.
Trust me, you don't want to say stuff like that already.
But but I do love that after all the drama and all the shit that happened with the original version being released, that they were still able to get everyone back to get this done and do it justice, do Zack Snyder justice, because Warner Brothers did him dirty. I mean, to use a family tragedy as a reason to kick him out just so you can do a version that you think will make more money.
And
Fuck you guys.
just for Kevin Johara just to get his paycheck, to rush the film and get his paycheck. Yeah, I'm glad Kevin was fired after that.
Yeah. So Snyder Bud, it's gonna be so happy to have you back, to have your vision back, to see you come back to universe that basically you started.
Yeah,
And I'm calling this. I think this could be the best thing to come out of the DCU since Man of Steel.
Ooh, really? Even better than Wonder
that's a great tall bar for me.
No,
but
I agree.
We'll see.
Yeah, like I think
I
this could end up being up there with like a lot of the best DC films, like Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, and well, I can't say Aquaman anymore for specific reasons.
I can still say Aquaman.
And it's because she's in it now that kind of taints
I
my
don't count her.
enjoyment.
I don't count her in it though. I only count Jason Momoa
Yeah.
and Willem Dafoe.
Now,
Yeah, fair enough, I guess.
Now, like I said, the problem is with Snyder's Justice League, it could either be the best thing that's come out to DCU, or it could be the most disappointing thing to come out. This to me is because, again, what did we say about Wonder Woman 1984 before it came out? We were all very
Yeah.
excited for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Wonder Woman had those amazing trailers, especially that very first trailer.
Yeah. They
And
did.
again,
So
trailers can be very misleading. That's why I'm saying go into this. Like, to me, this is my thing. Temper your excitement. Like, you can still be very excited, but don't be to the point of Wonder Woman 1984 excited, where then you see it and then immediately you're the worst thing you've ever seen.
Right.
I guess so. But just for the fact alone that this is gonna be a version that's obviously gonna be tonally consistent because it's all Zack Snyder. No interference this time, hopefully. So I'm still gonna get this a watch. This will be probably what gets me to buy HBO Max. All right, number 9 is probably the most. This is probably the film on my list that has had the most delays out of anything else. Number 9 is Godzilla vs Kong.
I'm excited for it, but to be honest, but To be honest, I'm just lukewarm on Godzilla King of the Monsters. I only thought it was okay, not great.
I'm not really excited for this movie. I mean, the idea of Kong versus Godzilla is cool, but it's like the last few movies really weren't that great, and I'm not necessarily so I'm like, meh. I don't really care for this one.
The action scenes in King of the Monsters were really fun to watch. They were, but the story and oh my god, the villain, yeah, they were terrible.
But I also say this though too, like I don't go into a Godzilla movie looking for a good story. I look for it just for the cool visuals and the cool action.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's really all they can do.
Pretty much.
So I mean, I mean if we're looking for a spectacle film, I think this movie can do it. I mean, just have it be if you can just make the movie Godzilla versus King Kong. I mean, shit, you know. That's all they really need to do. They don't need to make like a great. They don't have to make like the most extravagant story ever. Like, if they got to do a story, just have the story be, you know, passable. Because I'm not going to grade on the story. I'm going to grade it on its action, because that's really all they have to do.
Yeah, and it would be icing on the cake though if they did have a great story too, as far as human characters. But yeah, but I will say, I'm gonna, as excited as I am for this movie, I am going to express my biggest worry for the my biggest worry for the film. Please don't do that bullshit ass cliche where they're fighting at first, but then there's this bigger threat, so they got to team up to fight that.
Oh yeah.
For the love of God, don't do that, please. What is it? Warner Brothers doing this? Warner Brothers, please don't do this. It worked with BVS. I'll give them credit.
Yeah,
it worked with Batman v Superman, but still, it's a cliche that I'm tired of. I'm so sick of that. You go to a versus film for the versus. Deliver on it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I agree with you.
So please, for the love of God, don't delve into that cliche, because that'll be the thing. It won't be like, I walk out of the theater, but I will be like, are you fucking kidding me?
It's gonna be the start where I walked out. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
it's not gonna be the Is that gonna be the "Are you fucking kidding me" for you guys if they do
Pretty
that?
much.
Yeah, because that was kind of my even though it kind of gets a pass, but at the same time it doesn't. Like Batman v Superman did this. There was a bigger threat. They teamed up at the end. It's like, okay, the movie's not called Batman and Superman. I went to go see Batman v Superman, not this whole team up film. I went to see Batman beat up Superman, which we got. I will say we did get that in the movie, but it's, to me, and I always say this, the best crossover film is Freddy versus Jason, because
it actually was that for the whole time. They didn't have Michael Myers start coming in and start killing people all of a sudden, or Pinhead or whatever. Although Pinhead did with Freddy also.
Just that's why I say always base your versus movies off Freddy versus Jason. The only thing you would have to do better than Freddy versus Jason is have maybe a better story, because Freddy versus Jason's story was good for what it was, but to me, there could be a lot better. We know that they can have better stories, and
for sure.
So, I mean, if you give me a better story and you do what Freddy versus Jason did, hell, I'd say that'd be really good.
Mm-hmm.
And
so this has the potential, though. So long as they don't delve into that bullshit cliche that these versus films always do, then Godzilla vs. Kong could end up being the best out of these MonsterVerse movies.
But you know that they're gonna want to bring Mechagodzilla into it, or
I know, that's why I'm worried. That's what I'm so worried about. They can, if they do more movies, they can do Mechagodzilla to set it up for a sequel.
Or how about just have Mechagodzilla at the beginning, kill him off, and then have the movie focus on Godzilla vs. Kong then.
Yep. So I assume that this is a cliche that we're all probably worried about them doing.
Or they can just make a third Godzilla movie and just title it Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla.
They could do that too, yeah.
Yeah. So despite being worried about that, I'm still really excited for this film. Like I said, I think it has the potential to be the best MonsterVerse film since Kong Skull Island. I love that movie. All right, number 8 is my most. Is it the last one? Yep, is my most anticipated Marvel project all year. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, absolutely. After seeing that trailer, I'm sold. Even though a lot of people were 100% sold because it's the MCU.
Yep.
After
This
seeing
is.
that, after seeing that trailer, though, yep, bring it to
Yep.
me. Bring it to me.
Thoughts, guys?
Yes.
This is. And this is the Marvel project for 2021 that I'm most excited for because it's following the. It's basically your main follow up to Endgame. After Sam gets the shield and all that. So we're gonna see. They're probably gonna show how society is starting to rebuild itself, not just from the perspective of our title characters, but just society in general. And then we'll see. There's probably gonna be some edgy stuff with the government because the government won't want Sam to be Captain America, so
Yeah,
for
because he's not
reasons.
because he's not a super soldier like Steve was.
Nope.
He's just a human.
So yeah,
Crack him.
and then the fact that you have a Zemo coming back.
Yeah, and it looks like he's actually gonna be useful in this new Marvel project because
I loved him in Civil War.
no, let me tell you, Zemo did not need to be
Zemo-
in Civil War. The Avengers broke themselves.
Yeah, exact. I will actually come out and be serious. That is true. Zemo was not. He was one of my least favorite villains of the the first 3 phases, just because he barely did anything. And
Yep.
also,
He was my.
his
I will
plan
say.
was all on luck. All right, that
I guess so, but I will say this. I'm just gonna say it. Out of Phase 3, Zemo was my favorite villain all the way until Thanos showed up.
really.
I
I'm
disagree,
glad
but
with
to each their
Vulture.
own.
Vulture is the best villain.
Yes, I
until-
will say Vulture was better than Zemo. I will say that.
Yeah, Vulture was good too, but So, any thoughts, Austin or Ryan?
Yeah, I think we all agree.
Not really.
No, all right.
So, yep, I guess my final thoughts are this should be a fantastic follow up to Avengers Endgame. It looks thrilling, it looks suspenseful, it looks like it's keeping the spy thriller vibe that we got in Winter Soldier.
It really does, to be honest.
Need crack, I do.
Enjoy. Come on. My family could be watching.
Haven't
you
seen my name? It's Crack and Yoda.
Oh my god. So yeah,
Nendroid likes to mess around.
oh I know, yeah. Yeah, that's my number 8 pick. Number 7 is my depending on if it actually ends up coming out this year, is my most anticipated Disney movie of the year, The Little Mermaid remake.
I'm just hoping that Melissa McCarthy can sing. That was my only worry.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm actually not excited for this movie. Because again, it's a Disney remake. I usually go into all of these remakes with pretty low expectations because I always say this: they're not going to be better than the animated version.
No, except there's only like 2 exceptions to that, but that's about it.
Yeah, like
Aladdin and Jungle Book. And
yeah,
Dumbo, yeah. I'll say Aladdin, Jungle Book, and Dumbo were the ones that exceeded the originals.
yeah. Like I would say something like that. But even then, it's like the animated films have a charm to them that always makes me go back to them.
Yeah.
The live action films, some of them are good, but most of them aren't that good. And when I saw the casting for Little Mermaid, I was like, yeah, I'm not excited for this. Especially, and I'm going to say especially Melissa McCarthy. Because,
yeah, she's my worry. She's my number one worry.
And here's the thing. I don't think she's a bad... Well, actually, I don't even know if she's a bad actress. I would say she's an actress that's being put in shitty movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
And to me, I'm just like, I'm not totally convinced that this movie's going to be good. Because I also use this argument.
Honestly,
When was
after the
last...
huge disappointment of Mulan. Oh, sorry.
No, you can go, Sour.
All right. Thanks. After the huge disappointment that was Mulan, I don't think I'm ever excited for any Disney remake ever again. Even if it is actually going to be good, I won't be excited.
I would
Ouch.
say
Ouch.
at least maybe give the trailer a chance. Like when the trailers start coming out, so you get a vibe of then you'll start to see how it looks and get a glimpses of the character and all that. I would say and then from then on, maybe that would be the basis on all right, maybe it's actually something that looks good, Is that you're gonna give it a chance on that front?
Well, I'm gonna be watching Mulan today to make my own opinion about it.
The thing is like, even if I watch a trailer for a live action Disney remake, I still go into it with low expectations because these remakes are something that I can't really. There's something that I'm never excited for every year. It's like they are pretty low on my totem pole when it comes to excitement. Because it's either a Star Wars related thing, a Marvel related thing, like an animated related thing, and hell, even like a new Disney animated film, I would prefer over a remake. Because again, because here's the thing with live action remakes, and it's like, again, I think that live action remakes are a good idea because you want to bring them back to a new audience. But if you do what Lion King did, then it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. The best chance of success for the Little Mermaid remake is if it follows what Aladdin did. And because you saw how it stayed true to the original, but there was so much new that really fleshed out everything. New characters, new storylines. You got some backstory for Jafar. If the Little Mermaid remake is like that, then we should be okay. But if it's shot for shot like Lion King, then
then that will be the start for me to start become turned off from the remakes.
Yeah.
I actually like the Mulan remake. Sure, it had problems, and it was not like the original movie. But here's the thing: I look at it as, well, is it accurate to the source material? Yes, it is more accurate to the source material than the actual Disney animated film. So guess what? I actually like it because it's not like The Lion King, where Lion King is shot by shot the same exact story.
And yet it ends up longer, and it looks weird.
Yeah.
And and visually, it is ugly to look at. Because if you've seen,
actually, I will say the visuals in the Lion King remake are absolutely stunning, in my opinion.
I mean, it's good. The visual effects are good, but just the look for Africa just looked ugly. If you've seen how Africa really looks, Africa is beautiful. It's gorgeous, but it's just Africa. The way they portrayed Africa in the Lion King remake, it just looked off. Too grainy, too dark in some areas.
To me, in my opinion, I actually thought the setting and the visuals looked absolutely amazing.
I guess so.
I kind of agree with you, Jay.
But I'm just saying, the visual effects for The Little Mermaid should be amazing. You're going underwater to Atlantica and all that, and just seeing how they do those types of effects. This should look amazing.
Melissa McCarthy, though, I'm gonna be honest.
I know.
Not once has she made me laugh. At all. Her humor is just too cringeworthy for me.
What about the rest of the casting?
The rest of the casting is fine. It's just, again, usually with Disney remakes, at least the casting is pretty decent, or at least
Yeah.
sometimes really good.
Especially with Aladdin.
I would even say, especially with Jungle Book, I thought the casting was great.
Yeah.
But I said the casting here is fine. It's not great casting. It's not like the greatest casting ever. It's fine for what it is.
Yeah.
Who I would have casted for Prince Eric in the Little Mermaid remake is Henry Cavill.
Ooh, I
That's who
could actually see that.
That's who I would have casted as Prince Eric.
I could actually see that, to be honest. But move on, we need to.
But we do need to talk about Ariel for a second, because that's been the big subject of controversy.
Yeah.
Do you want my take on it?
Yep.
Who cares?
I know that's right. Like I don't care either, because
I
for
don't care
one,
either. I don't care
if
either,
you've
but
seen-
I'm
if
not
you've looked
familiar.
up this,
I'm just not really familiar with her acting per se. I
She
think she could do a
isn't a-
great job. I think she could do. I think she could do a great job, but I'm
Yeah.
not really familiar with her acting, so I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
Can
look her up on YouTube. She is a lovely singer.
Can,
They
can
really scored big with casting Ariel.
I quickly say something?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Need to dye hair, she does.
They're probably going to. And I will just say,
Yes, she
just
does.
to humor, and I will say this just to humor the idea, even though I obviously don't care, just so long. But basically, what I'm saying is, to humor the idea, if I were to cast an Ariel that's close to how it was in the movie, I would have casted Amy Adams.
Ariel is not 30 years old though. She's 20 years old or 19.
See,
No,
like,
but here's the thing, though. I'm
so-
basing it simply off of this reason. Enchanted, and how lovely of a singer she was in that movie.
Nah.
Yeah,
How about
Totally different.
how about we cast Daisy Ridley and we just dye her hair red? I can actually see that. And we
Yeah,
make
really
sure
I can
that
see.
we make sure that she can sing. If she can't, then guess what? We can get the girl who portrays Cheryl Blossom on Riverdale, even though I hate Cheryl Blossom. Cheryl Blossom I despise. But you know what? She could be a good Ariel if we really needed to.
I guess
Yeah.
so, but yeah. So yeah, I never got mad at the casting. I just saw, because here's the thing, though. It just goes to show how hypocritical people can be sometimes. Because think of it this way: when Will Smith was cast as the genie, everyone lost their shit. They were like, "Oh shit, this movie's gonna be freaking awesome." But then you have Halle Bailey cast as Ariel, like, "Oh fuck that, not my Ariel. This movie's gonna fucking suck."
No, I actually think I disagree with the genie thing because that was my main worry going into it. If Genie was actually going to be good or not.
At first Will Smith was one of my worries too, but after seeing him in the Aladdin remake, all those worries went out the window.
Yeah,
He
with
was the
Aladdin.
He was the best part of the movie, and that's saying a lot, because everything else about the movie was great too.
Well, here's the thing, though, too. Like, I'm actually gonna be completely honest. I was not as worried for Will Smith because Will Smith is a great actor. So Will Smith was not the problem. It would have been the writing that would have scared me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that's the thing that just people in general need to realize. I mean, if you're worried about a certain actor being cast in a role, like, that's fine, I guess. But like you just said, it's all about the writing.
Yes,
Yeah,
the writing.
absolutely.
Because the actors themselves are always going to bring in their A game with their performance. It's just all about the lines that they have to read.
Yeah, totally.
Move on. You too.
So yeah, I know we went kind of long with this one, but yeah, I'm excited for this one. I love the new directions they're going with the casting, and I'm hoping that we're in for another Aladdin type remake.
Mm-hmm.
So number 6, I'll probably just speed through this one. Survivor Season 41. This is something that isn't officially announced, but they said that they are trying to get through regulations, the COVID regulations, to try and, because they do have the casting all done for this season, they just haven't filmed yet. So we're probably bound to end up getting this season sometime this year, whenever. So just for that
Alright.
alone is the reason why it's on my list. All right, number 5. I was talking to Ninjoid about this earlier. My number 5 pick is the untitled Thomas the Tank Engine live action animated theatrical film.
I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming.
See, yep. And like I said, live action animated, that means it's going to be a live action animated hybrid. Like, think of it this way. You like how in and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, you had live action people in there, and then you had the contrast to an animated world. That's the kind of thing that they're going for with this movie. All right, and I will be right
I
back.
have seen. I have seen that kind of strategy work with. I've seen that kind of strategy work with SpongeBob, and it did not work in my opinion. So I'm gonna give this one a chance, but
No.
A live action animated, like what kind of animated are we talking about? Are we talking about like it's going to be a 2D? It's going to be like the 2D animation, and then they're going to turn into a 3D animated thing.
Okay. So I'm just going by what I used to see when I was little, because I don't know what the show really looks like now. So when I was little, it was 3D animation. So we're gonna see 3D animation with live action. That would be interesting. To be
I mean,
honest.
didn't they do that?
It's gonna be intriguing on how they execute that.
All right, so
Yeah.
what did I miss?
We're talking about how if like I think because I'm kind of with EJ as well. Like it just depends on how it's executed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
Because if you've seen the photos with like how the show is being rebooted, and you saw that now infamous promotion pic, and now you see what Thomas looks like. I'm hoping the movie isn't that. I hope it's its own thing before the show ends up going in that awful direction. Because I'm
wait,
gonna
that's
say
not a spin-off show? That's not a spin-off show?
nope.
I thought
It
that
is.
was
They're
a
saying
spin-off
this
show.
is it. We're rebooting it. Well, it's not a reboot, but they said this is it. This is season 25.
Wait, what? Oh fuck.
I'm
Well,
confused
one,
now.
I
I'm
don't-
confused now.
Hey,
It's
look,
season
I-
25,
hey, look.
but they're completely changing the look of the show, and now it's going to be
Hey, look.
2D, and now it looks like that.
I gave up on Thomas at the age of 5.
I'm giving up too.
So-
I mean, not in the sense that I'm not
This
going
is
to watch the show
embarrassing.
anymore. I'm just giving up on how the show is now, because this
Oh
this
my
film
gosh.
depending on how it's executed, this is going to be the last Thomas related thing I will ever get excited for because we know how we know the awful direction the show is going to go with. So hopefully this movie is its own thing. That's what I'm hoping for. And the fact that
Fingers crossed.
they got Mark Forster directing it, who directed Disney's Christopher Robin with the one with Owen McGregor.
Okay.
We need it. Thomas needs crack.
What were you also saying, Austin? Because while I was gone a bit.
Up his funnel.
Oh right, but yeah.
That's how he snorts it.
So is any like? I mean, I know that not everyone here is like legit like Thomas fans or anything, but
I'm
is
not.
there any optimism for this one?
I'm hoping it's good, but not really.
Yeah, and actually in theaters like everything else. So I mean, I'll still see it obviously, but then again, actually here's the thing. I mean, I just said I'll still see it, but that's just the thing though. We had the announcement of the movie, but we haven't had any confirmation of like, is it going to be its own thing, or are they going to be using the animation style of what the reboot of the show is going to be like? You get what I mean? So even then, so I'm optimistic just for the announcement alone, but just depending on what it's all about, what they end up announcing. If it is what I fear it's going to be, I won't even bother with the movie. But just for the potential alone of what it could be is why it's this high on my list. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, all right. All right. So before we go into the top 4, any final thoughts on this one, real quick?
No, not really.
All right then. So number 4, is my second most anticipated horror film of the year. Here it is. I'm just kidding. We'll get to that one though. Number 4 is the Wrong Turn remake.
Again, this one, really hoping it's good.
Is there anyone here that's familiar with the Wrong Turn series
I've
besides
heard
me?
of it. I've heard of the franchise. Never seen it though.
Austin, Ninjoid, anyone? No one? I guess not. But still, though, what excites me is that Alan B. McElroy, the writer of Halloween 4, and also who wrote the first Wrong Turn movie, is coming back for this. I knew that would get you excited, EJ.
That's the road to getting me excited.
Yep. And plus, like, as far as, I'll just say this, as far as the Wrong Turn series, as far as the ones that are actually good, I mean, I like all of them in my own way, but I'll admit they're like, maybe not like legit good movies, but I would say at most watch the first 3. Wrong Turn 1, Wrong Turn 2 Dead End, and then Wrong Turn 3 Left for Dead. Those are like the best ones because after that 4 and 5 are prequels to the first 3 movies, and then the 6th film is this bizarre Freddy's Dead Elseworlds type story in the sense that you wouldn't be there's no way to tell continuity wise where this film would be set because 4 and 5 take place in 2003 and are prequels to the first 3 films of this series, but then Wrong Turn 6 is set in 2013, so you're like, what the hell?
That is so confusing. My
So
gosh.
yeah, just to keep it simple, I mean, it's not that like you would hate 4 or 5, but just so you don't get confused, I would say at most watch the first 3 films.
Yeah.
So yeah, all that and the fact that Alan B. McElroy is coming back to write this film. I actually don't know if he's directing it or not. But still, I like the premise. I was really intrigued by the trailer. The fact that it said in 2003 we were told not to go in the woods, and in 2021 something it says something in the line of we still haven't learned, or something like that. So really excited for this one. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And it's actually kind of funny for me to put it on the list because it's actually coming out at the end of this month.
Oh, I see.
So, Austin, Ninjoid, anyone? Any thoughts on this one? Nothing? No? All right then. Number 3 is an odd pick, not just the fact that it's on this list, but the fact that it would end up being this high. You were actually you're actually really weirded up by that I was this excited for this, EJ. Number 3 is Sing 2.
Oh my gosh. What the fuck?
This is my favorite Illumination movie, the first Sing movie.
Really?
I love it. I love the songs. I love the characters. There's actual genuine story progression, character development. You like and care about each character, so I am really hoping that
Honestly,
there is just as good a story to boot with the sequel. Because I love The Secret Life of Pets, but you had a sequel that was so disappointing in the sense that it felt like episodes of what would have been a TV show just put together to make a movie. It didn't have a linear
honestly,
storyline. So
honestly,
I'm hoping Sing 2 is more consistent.
no, honestly, the first thing and the first Secret Life of Pets,
Do you like any Illumination movies?
maybe Despicable Me, I guess.
Yeah.
Every single one of them though are too childish to me. Ugh. Way too much of a kids movie.
Yeah, but you gotta admit though, the songs were fire.
I guess.
And
Was
plus
not
you had
was not really a fan.
and plus you have to admit they got an amazing cast. You have to admit that the casting alone was great.
I guess.
I mean Scarlett Johansson, Matthew McConaughey, and plus it looks nice. The animation is really good. So, yep. All right, guys. I really need y'all opinions on some of these. Y'all there? Nope.
Okay, I'm back.
All
Okay.
right. So, Ninja, my number 3 pick is Sing 2.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I have that on my list as well.
Thoughts on the first film?
Oh, I really adored the first film, to be honest. I know a lot of people don't like the first film, but I
Yeah.
actually like the first one. But here's the thing. All right, it's not one of the most exciting ones for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this high on the list just alone because I really adored and cared for the characters in the first one. I just really love the story progression and the character development. So, yeah. Probably shouldn't be as high as it is on the list, but it was just all process of elimination.
Yeah.
All
Alrighty.
right. All right, Sour. I'm going to need you for this one for my next pick. So, my pick for number 2, my second most anticipated release of the whole year, Total Drama Reunion.
I knew this was coming.
I knew this was also coming just because he kept on saying this.
Yep.
Yep. Yes, you heard it right. A simple YouTube fan-made series that technically isn't even canon to the actual Total Drama series is my second most anticipated release of the year. Why? Because this YouTube channel Blue Productions, the level of ambition that he has for the series, from what I've been reading and everything, just intrigues me. The fact that he wants to bring finality and conclusion to the series that it deserves, because the last 2 actual seasons that we've had with the series were shitty. I know not everyone here knows that much about Total Drama and all that, but I'll just say seasons 5 and 6 were trash. So the potential of this series is what intrigues me most. And even though it's technically not canon, as far as I'm concerned with my own personal preference, it is canon. Thoughts, guys?
Canon? It is not.
All right, Sour, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I'm really excited for it.
I haven't seen a toy drama in a long time. I need to refresh my mind.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
especially if y'all end up getting excited for this season, yeah, that's right. I'm calling this a season. This is season 7 for me, damn it. So
Is this now actually good? Season 7? Is this actually gonna be a good season 7? The last season 7. Oh my god, what the fuck?
what season 7 of?
You know,
Ninjago.
you know.
What
What the bloody fuck?
Austin,
What the bloody hell?
Ryan and I, we bashed that season. We know how it feels, CJ.
Yep. So you know,
Feels.
Sour, would you be up for doing a watch party for each episode of Reunion that comes out?
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of watch parties going on right now, so.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
Too many watch parties during.
Yeah, and it's actually this is actually all part of why I wanted to do this stream today, because it would be
Thank you,
weird to say, "Oh, I have this pick on my list," because like say, "Oh, if that pick has already come out, like say a week ago," but then I do the stream now and I say, "Oh, like say Total Drama is my pick," but then it'd be like, "Oh, but that already came out." You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I want to try to get these out here while
Yeah.
before they're actually get released.
Yes.
We got Kavari in the chat.
What's up, Kavari?
What's up, my brother?
All right, so I'll get this started, and then I have to head out for dinner. But I'll leave the rest of you guys to start doing your lists. So Sour, Ninja, anyone, any final thoughts on Total Drama Reunion?
No.
Nope.
All right. So, all right. So this has the potential, even though it's a fan made series, it has the potential to be just as impactful of an ending to a series since Clone Wars and Supernatural.
That is a tall order.
I am that excited for it because he's given the Blue Productions is given the final season type treatment to this. He's wanting to bring finality and give these characters the proper development and conclusion that they deserve compared to because you're always following everything that's happening in the actual show. So I'm Blue, if you're watching, rock on, my man. I couldn't be more excited for your project.
And we
Be the
all know what's your number one.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
No. All right.
Severing expectations now, or are we not?
All right.
Mhm.
Number one. Darn, I was gonna try and do some kind of bit joke with this, like say, "Oh, it's this," but no, it's actually this. But yeah, I'll just say it. No, my number one most anticipated release of 2020, and
Just
yeah, even though it's
21.
number one.
Just 21.
Oh,
This is
2021. Yeah, my most anticipated release of 2021, and I guess as number one, I guess it also counts as my most anticipated movie of the year, most anticipated release overall, Halloween Kills.
We saw
Okay.
this coming from a mile away.
Yeah, we saw this coming, but what happened to the Bad Batch?
Very subversive. Wow.
Like, I know you're a Clone Wars guy, so what happened to Bad Batch?
Oh yeah, what happened to that?
I have to put that on my honorable mentions because that had been on my mind.
Also, the Book of Boba Fett as well. Because we gotta remember the Book of Boba Fett. And
Yeah.
also,
Alright.
Crackhead Yoda!
All right. So, Austin, everyone, I'm going to need your input on this as far as where your mindset is with this film.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. That
Well,
trailer, loved
Considering
it.
like most of the Halloween films are not that good. Considering most of the Halloween movies are not that good, I'm kind of
But you
worried
know
about
what?
this one. But the last one,
Right?
the last Halloween film was like pretty good.
Yeah. And you know what the concept of the 2018 film was, right? It retconned everything and serves as a direct sequel to the original. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I'm
apart from
so
the first
excited
one.
for this
Even
one
the
because,
second one.
yep. So, why am I excited for this one? When there have been a lot of shitty Halloween sequels. Here's the thing. I think we can all agree for the most part that whether you loved it or you just liked it, Halloween 2018 redeemed the franchise and brought it back to
It
good
did.
quality.
Yes, it totally did.
Like whether you love it or you just like it, we can agree is that it was the best route they could have went to get the series back on track.
Yep.
Because let's be honest, if they had done if they had done a third Rob Zombie film
Oh
or
my god.
tried to continue a sequel off of Resurrection, this series would have been in direct-to-video territory by now.
It would have done. Yeah, it would have been the same thing that happened in the Child's Play franchise.
Yep. 2018 saved the franchise. It redeemed the continuity, the characters, and just got it back to basics.
Yeah.
And me and EJ have been discussing this a lot because we both have a very big worry. You know what I'm talking about, EJ. The curse this franchise has. Take it away.
Yes. Yes.
Take it away, EJ. What is this franchise's biggest problem? Take it away.
Unfortunately, the one problem that the Halloween franchise has always faced is first movie. So first movie, and I'm actually going to go with Halloween 4 to start this off. Halloween 4, absolutely fantastic film. Love the ending to it, and then Halloween 5 rapes it up the ass. Halloween 6, fuck you. Halloween H2O. Okay, we're starting to go in a good direction. Unfortunately, Halloween Resurrection, fuck you. And then we had the remake of Rob Zombie. Really good.
But regardless of how you feel about it, like there's a lot of people that hate it, but say for the people that like it, would say that the sequel ruined it.
Not only is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 the worst Halloween movie in my opinion, it is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, period.
Yep.
It's
So
number 3. It's actually number 4 on my list.
Yep. So that's the biggest problem. is that it's all started with Halloween 4 with that you have the promise of another great sequel, but then a bad sequel following a good one. Like how 5 and 6 did with 4, and then Resurrection did with H2O. So you're probably wondering, if that's the franchise's biggest problem, why am I this excited for a Halloween sequel?
This could be the one to break it.
Yep. This Halloween Kills has the potential to break the curse. Because 2018, amazing. Great.
I'm really hoping this franchise does, or else. If Halloween Kills sucks, I'm done with the franchise altogether. I'm not even looking forward to Halloween Ends at that point.
You got anything to say, Austin? Really need some input on this one because I gotta head out soon. I mean, I'll still leave y'all to say your list and all that, but
Well, I haven't seen any of the films yet, but I just hope that no one. I hope everyone gives a shit about the film. That's my main thing.
Yeah.
You know.
well, we'll put it this way: when the movie was delayed, there was a unanimous agreement as far as everyone was outraged that this movie was canceled, which shows an apparent, which obvious and it's apparent that there's still a lot of excitement for this franchise, that a lot of people are gearing to go and see it.
I'm gonna go see this. I'm gonna go see this movie with my friends on opening weekend when it comes out in October. Hopefully,
October 15th, 2021 is the release.
Yes. Gonna be seeing it on that day, maybe on a Thursday night or Friday night, and then by that time I'll tell you how I feel about it. And
Yep.
I'm hoping my reaction is a positive reaction and not an angry, pissed off reaction.
Yep. And that's the thing. The fact, because this is my most anticipated of the year, which meaning that the treatment I'm giving this film as far as my excitement, this is my movie event of the year.
They better fucking deliver on this. They better.
But despite our worries about the film, I think we can agree that everything we've heard about it sounds amazing. All the characters they're bringing back Brackett, which out of all the characters that are coming back for this film, Brackett is who I'm most excited for.
I love the trailer so far for this film.
Yeah. But you know what? You know what's weird? With the trailers for Halloween Kills so far, we've seen a lot of Laurie, Karen, and Allison, the characters we've already seen.
Yeah.
And we've seen a bit of the characters coming back for this one, Tommy Doyle and Marion Chambers, We haven't seen anything.
Maybe they might surprise us. I mean,
No.
Yeah.
No, it intrigues me that in the trailers, we haven't seen anything of. They haven't shown us Brackett yet.
Like I said, maybe they might surprise us.
No, that's what I mean. The fact that they said he is going to be in the film with a major role.
Yeah.
But it is weird that they haven't shown him in any of the trailers so far.
Keeping him under wraps, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, and his character is the one I'm most terrified for, and that I don't want him to die.
You said though that Halloween Kills is supposed to be the Infinity War of the Halloween franchise. So unfortunately, there goes that.
Yep. I mean, the fact that this film, because all three of these movies, the 2018 film, Kills, and Ends, are all taking place the same night. At least let Brackett survive through to Halloween Ends at the very least, is what I'm saying.
I mean, I hope you're right, but also, like, here's the thing: there's supposed to be a massive body count in this movie.
Yep.
Like the most people that Michael has ever killed in his life.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? The most intriguing thing in the movie for me is, from what I've seen in the trailer, the way they're teasing the mob violence, the lynch mob. Because you remember, it was like a quick shot in the trailer, but you see, big crowds to the hospital.
When I saw that moment in the trailer, I was like, "Holy fuck, shit is about to go down."
This
Holy
movie.
shit.
I mean this as a compliment. I'm sure we all do. Is that in the best way possible, this movie looks fucking bananas.
Yeah, bonkers to the next level.
Yep.
Nice list, Zerk.
All right, so those are my honorable mentions. Those are my top 22 picks,
Mm-hmm.
and we're definitely doing Halloween reviews, right? Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
are you,
yeah.
are you are you all in for that, Austin and everyone?
Yeah, I'd be up for it.
So, Austin,
Yeah.
quick thoughts on Halloween Kills before I leave y'all to your lists.
Yeah, Halloween Kills. I'm excited for, but then again, I'm also very skeptical because we know, like you guys said, their history with Halloween and sequels are pretty bad. Usually when it starts to get good again, but I have hope that Blumhouse and John Carpenter and the writers and everybody involved know what they're doing. And since
Yeah.
it's going to be the Infinity War of horror films, I have expectations. My expectations aren't met. I'm going to be disappointed.
Yep.
Don't mess us up, Bloomhouse. Do not mess us up, please. Please.
I know,
So
just
I'm actually
feel
gonna
weird,
let
won't it?
Ninjoy
It won't. Yep.
Ninjoy and Austin go first before me.
Yep. It won't feel. Oh yeah, like I'll probably make it. But the last thing I'll say is that it definitely wouldn't feel fulfilling, would it? Is that like say Halloween Kills ends up being bad, but then say Halloween ends up being really good. Wouldn't that feel weird? It wouldn't feel like a fulfilling trilogy, would it?
No.
Because that's that's their best chance for success in fixing the franchise. That this whole story has to be good, Kills has to be good, Ends has to be good,
Yeah.
for it to be a good timeline. Because that's the only way that it'll make retconning everything and creating a whole new timeline worth it.
Totally.
Because all it takes, I mean, obviously there's only 2 other movies for this. All it takes is one fuck up with the movie. All it takes is fucking up Kills or Ends to show that's it. It's finished.
Yeah.
To quote the Punisher, you're just one bad day away from being mean.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to head out, but
Okay.
but like I said, I'm gonna bring Deshaun and Andrew in, and then I'll let everyone say their lists.
Okay.
All right.
Let
Can me and
Ninjoy and
Ninjoy
Austin
go next?
quickly say theirs because they have a stream to do in like 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right, so I will. All right, so all right, I'm probably gonna eat dinner, and if everything's still going, I'll be back in and all that. So have at it, guys. I'll catch you on a bit.
All right. So quickly, my honorable mentions. All right. Now this is just random stuff that I'm not really mostly excited for, but I'm just excited to rant on. All right. Number 1, I'm really excited to rant about Riverdale season 5 this time because there are like 4 episodes from season 4 that were supposed to be, but then they put into this season. So I'm really excited for that. Supergirl season 6. I'm really excited because it's finally going to end the gosh darn show. I need it. Like, can we all agree on that?
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
All right, the new Flash season, I'm not really that excited for, but I put at honorable mentions. Monsters at Work, I guess. I hope it's kind of good. Shang-Chi, the only thing kind of exciting with that is the Mandarin.
Mandarin.
Yeah, the Mandarin. That's what I just said. Finally appeared. Next, the Eternals. Not really excited for it, but I'll put it in there because it's a Marvel product. Alrighty. So, let's start. Alright, bottom of the list, WandaVision. Alright, number 1, I'm not really that, I'm excited for it because it's new, but, I'm excited because it's new and I don't really know. Next one is Space Jam 2. It's gonna be stupid, but the people who are making it, they know it's gonna be stupid. So I'm really excited.
Yeah.
All right. Sing 2 is next. All right, Sing 2. I like the first Sing, just not as much. And I'm not really excited for the second one that much, but yeah, I'll give it a try. Next one would be Loki. I'm excited to see what it's gonna do, but it is definitely my least favorite or least excited product out of the shows besides WandaVision. That I'm being serious right there. Resident Evil is next. It's just Resident Evil. I'll give it a try. I hope it's better. The Matrix 4 is coming out next year, so I'm excited for that. I like the Matrix films. The Suicide Squad next. I want to hope that it's better than the other one.
Yeah.
Black Woman. I meant no. Black Widow.
Black Woman, yes, let's freaking go, Black Woman. I'm so excited. My favorite superhero, Black Woman.
Fuck that woman. What the fuck?
Black Woman. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Black Widow. I just want it to be released, so I'm excited for it. Mortal Kombat. Everyone is excited for Mortal Kombat. That's all I have to say about it. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Probably second most exciting Marvel product next year, mainly. Bad Batch is next. I'm a Star Wars guy, so Bad Batch is next. Fast 9 would be next. I'm a Fast and Furious guy, and I'm really excited for Fast 9, actually, because it really does look very well done. Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. I'm excited for that. That would be next. Ghostbusters Afterlife would be next. I'm really excited for Ghostbusters Afterlife. I don't give a damn what people think, but I'm really excited for that gosh darn movie because this gives me sequel trilogy vibes for Ghostbusters. And you know what? I need that. All right. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga would be next. Really excited for that game. The only video game surprisingly on this list. I know I'm not much of a video game guy, guys, so sorry. Morbius would be next. Yes, I know a lot of people are going to be very like, what? Wait, what? Yeah, I'm really excited for Morbius. I don't give a damn if you don't really, next, and I know I'm gonna piss off Ryan. Next would be Marvel Spider-Man Season 4. I don't give a damn, Ryan. All right.
All right.
All right. But my most excited Marvel thing, besides one more, next would be What If. I'm really excited.
Oh, yes.
All right. Very excited for What If.
That looks like a really
next.
good one.
Zack Snyder's Justice League. Very excited for that. Hope it does well, and I hope it's better than the old one. Marvel Spider-Man 3, like not season 3. The third installment to the Homecoming universe. I'm really excited because we might get Spider-Verse in it. All right, and just seeing Electro and Doc Ock in it again will already make my day. Seriously. Number 2. Now this people are gonna really be like, bitch, what? Chaos Rising.
The Tom Holland movie.
Yeah. I'm actually really excited for Chaos Rising.
Oh,
I'm really excited for it that much. Yeah.
Ooh.
I saw that trailer. I'm like, this is a movie that I would make. This is a movie that I would want to make. So you know why I'm excited for it. Because number 1, oh, my girl Daisy Ridley is the main star, and then Tom Holland. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And also the plot is very interesting. So, I'm really excited for it. And now, number 1, the Book of Boba Fett. All right, Boba Fett used to be my favorite Star Wars character. That's why he's number 1, basically, for the shows. And yeah, sadly, we won't get Mando season 3 till 2022. So,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Oh yeah, didn't you know?
All right.
John Favreau came out and said that.
All right, give them some time. Let them get their
Yeah.
3 out. But besides, Disney Plus needs the time to get put out some more content. I mean, I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so I'm gonna go next here. I actually have 13 things on my list because I'm gonna be completely honest. There's a lot of things that I'm surprisingly not very excited for. Like I'm excited for them, but like these are the 13 things that I'm looking forward to most. So this is not in particular order, by the way. Like every one of these films, I'm equally excited for. Kicking off the list is a film that I can't wait to trash. Is the Uncharted movie with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. This movie is probably going to be bad. And you know what? I am looking forward to it just so I can trash it because I love Uncharted. I've played all the games and this already sounds, just the casting is really weird. I'm not particularly a fan of the casting and overall Uncharted's probably, it's going to be bad, but I can't wait for it. Next up.
Not so with Mark Wahlberg as Sully. I do not know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. Next up is actually going to be Top Gun Maverick. I know a lot of people, surprisingly, not a lot of people have it on their lists, but, I actually really like the first Top Gun. The first Top Gun was pretty good. And I saw the trailer for Top Gun Maverick, and I'm like, all right, this looks pretty good. Tom Cruise is coming back, and, yeah, maybe a little late, but, again, it's better late than never, I guess, because we've seen a lot of old, people come back and, it's good. So I can't wait for Top Gun Maverick. Next up, Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. I'm actually excited for this because I'm a huge Carnage fan. And so being able to see him in the big screen for the first time will be really cool. I want it to be a darker tone because it's Carnage. I want to see Carnage kill people. So I am looking forward to that. Number 10 is Space Jam 2. Now, Space Jam 2, I hope they understand that it's a dumb movie and they just make it stupid. Because I'm not expecting this movie to be great. I'm expecting this movie to be entertaining. If this movie is at least entertaining, then it gets high marks. Number 9 is Halloween Kills. I think Halloween Kills has a lot of potential to be a really great sequel, but like I said before, it has potential to be a huge disappointment, knowing the history of the Halloween franchise. So, we'll see. Number 8 is the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut, to me, again, like I said before, is probably the most interesting film because this has the potential to be the greatest DC film, but it also has the potential to be the worst because it depends on who you are. You are either a Snyder cult fan, you're anti-Snyder, or you're in between. Me, I'm in between. I like Zack Snyder. I think Zack Snyder's made some good movies. He's had mistakes. He's had a few mistakes. But at the end of the day, I don't think he's a bad director because he's made a lot of movies that look visually fantastic. 300. You had Watchmen. You had Dawn of the Dead. He had some really good stuff. And even Man of Steel, Batman v Superman. He has a lot of great stuff. He's been involved in some good stuff. So, again, I have hope that Snyder can do it. It's just a matter of execution.
Yep. That's what it all comes down to.
Yep, I'm back. Actually, didn't take as long as I thought it would.
Number 7 for me is Mortal Kombat. I am a Mortal Kombat junkie. The animated movie last year was fucking fantastic. Mortal Kombat 11 is one of the best fighting games ever. And to me, Mortal Kombat has the potential to be a really good film. Now, it is a January release, so like I said, that scares me a little bit because usually the trash movies are in January. But
yeah, that's right too, because Wrong Turn remake is coming out at the end of January too.
So if the movie's coming out in January, just have your fingers crossed. And also, the guy who played James Olsen in Supergirl's Jax, that's going to be interesting. But they're going to bring in all the characters like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Johnny Cage, Liu Kang, Shang Tsung. I want to see how they do the first story again. So I'm very excited for that. Number 6, I'm going to agree with Nindroid, is Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Being a fan of the Lego Star Wars, the Lego Star Wars to me is it's a very fun franchise. I really like Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. I the Clone Wars was pretty solid, and I wasn't a huge particular fan of The Force Awakens, Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens, but Complete Saga has the potential to be the biggest Lego game of all time, and that already makes me very excited.
Yeah.
Number
I
5
can't
is
wait for the next Lego Star Wars game.
actually my number 5 is actually, or hang on, is it my number? Yeah, it's my number 5. My number 5 is actually a bunch of Disney Plus shows or content. Because I say this because Disney Plus right now definitely needs more content. Because
Absolutely.
how much longer can they really last with just Mandalorian? Like, because you gotta think though too, not a lot of people buy it for Star Wars. Like they might buy it just for Marvel or Pixar.
I bought it for Clone Wars just because I was so excited for Clone Wars.
Well, I'm just saying everybody in general.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I know. Yeah. I was just saying, like,
I guess out of everything, I'm more excited for What If because I'm a big multiverse fan, and everything multiverse related is always great to me because I like Elseworld stuff. I like to see where they would go if certain things happened, and usually What If stuff is great, so I want to see that. The Star Wars side of things, Bad Batch, of course. Pixar, Disney stuff, hit here and there, and then you have like your non of Disney. Well, I guess Disney stuff, but it's not like Disney. It's more like the Fox stuff that's now Disney. So I mean, I'm glad that Disney's finally getting more content, and finally now the $8 a month might not be wasted all the time. Number 4 is Stargirl Season 2. Stargirl Season 1 was easily the best CW show probably that year. Actually, no, it was the best CW show that year.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a CW show. Now, it has standards it's got to live up to, but I hope that if it's the same writers and it's the same kind of quality, I think that Season 2 has potential to be even better than Season 1. My number 3, actually my last 3 are actually going to be video game related. And my number 3 is Mass Effect Legendary Edition. It is basically the remastered versions of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. I am a huge Mass Effect fan, and it sucks that I can't get the games on... I can only get the games on last gen, but now that they're coming out, all of them on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the newer consoles, it'll be a blast to just go back through and play them, because Mass Effect has a lot of replayability to it. Like there's so much side stuff you can do. Like it's basically your huge it's just a very great game. So I mean overall very excited for that. My number 2 is Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
Gotham Knights.
Absolutely.
Me, no one I think is actually. There's probably more people that are excited than me, way more excited than me. But to me, this is a game I've been waiting for the last 4 years. 4 years, because the last game was Arkham Knight, and while the game wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was a disappointment. It was a letdown, but then again, it's Rocksteady. Rocksteady, even if the game, like I always say this with Rocksteady and W Montreal, even if the game's not that great, it's still good. Like it's not like a horribly made game. Like it's playable. It's done pretty well. So I have faith in WB or Montreal to make this, because my biggest thing is I don't want this to be another Avengers type of game where the game is repetitive, has like no content. Like I want this to be its own thing, which judging from what I heard, it will be. And I think, like I said, I have more faith in WB Montreal than I do a lot of other companies. And being able to play as Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl, and Red Hood, to me, that is going to be a very fun thing. And also and obviously with the Court of Owls, just the Court of Owls as a marketing thing already makes me excited because I love the Court of Owls. And if my number one wasn't going to come out this year, actually this was kind of something I didn't have before, but I'm going to go with Hogwarts Mystery. This is going to be the first Harry Potter game that's come out on console since Deathly Hallows Part 2, which was like a lot like Xbox 360. And it's going to be an open world RPG. You know, you're going to be able to go through Hogwarts. I think you get to pick your house. Like you get to face off against like creatures. Like that to me already just sounds awesome as a Harry Potter fan. And to me, that is something I'm looking forward to. And my number one is God of War Ragnarok. This to me is probably my most anticipated thing of 2021 because it's not only the sequel to probably one of the best games ever, God of War, but it's also being made by a studio that really has not done anything wrong necessarily. Like they're a company that I would trust to make something because none of their games have ever gotten negative reviews. None of their games are bad. And God of War Ragnarok is going to bring in the Norse version of Thor. And it's going to bring in the Norse version because, like, in the first game, you know, in the after credits, we see Thor, not MCU Thor, no, but like like if you know about Norse gods and Greek mythology, that's how Thor was really came up with is the Norse god. And you know they had Loki. Like, well, I'm not going to spoil a lot of it, but you know there's going to be Odin, Asgard, like all of this, and it's going to be Ragnarok. That to me sounds like it's going to be the grandest thing that they've done, and I think they can pull it off if they can keep that level of storytelling and gameplay like they had in the first game. And if they maybe bring in some more gear like they had in the older God of War games, like you know the I don't know how I would say it. It's like the other weapons. I think to me, God of War Ragnarok is probably going to has potential to be the greatest game. Because if it's better than the first one, it might be easily the greatest game of all time. And that's just hopefully it doesn't disappoint. Because again, we have been disappointed before with games. And with that being said, I do got to jump out because I do have a stream in about a few minutes. So
you guys are...
you're cutting out, Sour.
Hello.
No, we can hear you. You're just cutting out.
Hello.
So,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
we can hear now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, is it working now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, it's lagging for me a bit.
But like I was saying though, I'm gonna head out though. So Zach, thank you for having me on.
Mhm.
I will see you guys later.
Alrighty.
Yep. See you guys.
See ya.
All right. Bye, Austin.
Bye.
All right.
I'll do my list next.
All right. Then
I
and
got
then
quite a lot.
we'll go with EJ. Then we'll go with EJ after that, and then Andrew and Deshaun. Sound cool? Or has EJ already done his?
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah. All right.
EJ didn't do it yet.
All right. All right.
Okay,
Take it
so
away, my friend.
now bear with me. There's obviously a bit of the delay to my mic. But I actually have it sorted out differently than you guys. Instead of like top 20 or something like that, I actually have it honorable mentions, then bottom list, like the ones that I'm still excited for, but like not super excited for. Then mid, and then a high, which is the ones that I'm really excited for. That's how I have it sorted.
Alrighty.
First off, with the honorable mentions, I won't go much into these because you know they're just honorable mentions. So Shang-Chi, Space Jam: A New Legacy. Don't Breathe 2. I thought the first Don't Breathe was alright, and I'm surprised they're making a sequel, to be honest.
Yeah.
The Suicide Squad, again, I don't know how good it's going to be because the last Suicide Squad sucked immensely. Halloween Kills, sorry, Zach, Halloween Kills is only on my honorable mentions. Because
That's all cool.
again, most of the Halloween movies suck, and I'm really worried about this one. I'm like really worried about.
Did you like the
I
2018
just hope
one,
they
right?
can pull it off.
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh, is it- you
2018
like-
one's one of my favorites, to be honest. Like maybe second or third.
Oh, yeah. All right, sweet.
Fast and Furious 9. I'm not a huge Fast and Furious fan. They're all right, but you know. And Horizon Forbidden West. I thought the first Horizon Zero Dawn game was good. Nothing spectacular though. So I only put Horizon Forbidden West sequel in my honorable mention. Okay, next for bottom. Bottom, I have Morbius on there. That one of my least anticipated Marvel films because I hate Jared Leto as an actor and a person. But you know that like he might be good in this. He may or may not be good in this. So Top Gun Maverick. The first Top Gun was the first Top Gun was like really good. I don't know how they can make a sequel to it, to be honest. But you know what? I'm pretty excited for it. No Time to Die. This looks like pretty good. This new James Bond film. I'm pretty excited for it. Free Guy is up next. I'm the main reason why I have it on here is because Jacksepticeye, Sean McLaughlin, he's a YouTuber if you don't know, he's in it, and I'm a big fan of him. I watch him a lot. Right, it looks like a really good film, especially since like Ryan Reynolds is not only in it, but he's like directing it. So it'll be fun to see. It'll be fun to see his first movie. I think it's his first movie. All right, Dying Light 2. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first Dying Light game. It just really didn't suit me because like the first couple hours are such a slog. I hear it gets better like about 10 hours into the game, but I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna sit through a boring 10 hours just to get to something really fun. I'm not. Maybe if it was like 2 or 3, I would. But from what I've seen in Dying Light 2, the trailers and stuff, it like, and especially the parkour, it looks super fun. Next is Dr. Stone Wars. You probably have never even heard of the show. It's about the world gets like turned to stone, all the humans in it, and like 2,000 years later, a human named Senku, who's like really smart at science and stuff, he tries to like rebuild the world and like get everybody unstoned and stuff like that. And Dr. Stone Wars is about him and Tsukasa going to battle. He wants to save everybody, while Tsukasa only wants to save the strong and young. So they're gonna go to war, which will be like really fun to see. The Mortal Kombat movie. I'm really skeptical about this, along like I am with the Suicide Squad and Halloween Kills, because most fighting, like not just most, basically all fighting game movies turn out really bad. So I'm kind of worried for this one, but from what I've seen of it, it looks pretty decent. Again, those are only trailers and stuff and pictures, so not the actual movie. And the last of the bottom list is the Eternals. I know next to nothing about this group of superheroes, but you know I'm intrigued. I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. Next with my mid stuff. So the beginning of my mid includes Gotham Knights. From what I've seen in the gameplay, it doesn't look all that great, if I'll be perfectly honest. Like it looks kind of fun, but it doesn't look something amazing or anything like that. But you know what? It's an Arkham game. You know, I'm just really happy that we're finally making another one. I think it might be good. Again, with the gameplay, it kind of boring, but I like how there are multiple characters. It sounded like just the Arkham games. There's only Lee only plays Batman. So this looks all right. Next is Halo Infinite. Halo 5, I was not a big fan of, but Halo Infinite looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. Nothing spectacular over here like Halo 3 or Halo 2, but I really hope it's good, and it looks like it's good. Black Widow is the next choice. Again, like Zach said, it's just a prequel, so I already know that she's not gonna die or anything. She already died in the Endgame. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm really excited to see her past and what what she did before everything else that happened. Next up is Candyman. Like this better be good because the only good Candyman movie so far was the first one. The other two suck. They were bad, but the first Candyman was a classic and still is a classic. And this reboot looks so good. I'm so excited for it. Next up is The Matrix 4. The Matrix 1 obviously was something else, man. Like completely different than anything else, and it is just an amazing movie all throughout. Matrix 2 and 3 were good. Well, 2 was. Can't really say the same for 3. But from what I've seen in The Matrix 4, it looks like it's always not gonna be as good as The Matrix 1. But I think it might be up there, to be honest. Like up with a really good spot. Hitman 3 is next. I am in love with the past 2 Hitman games, the past 2 reboot Hitman games. I think they're reboot. Not 100% sure. They were so fun. I love them. Seriously. The game developers did a phenomenal job, especially on 2. 2 was, oh my god, dude. 2 was great. So I'm really excited for Hitman 3. I really hope that they can wrap up this trilogy on a positive note. Snyder Cut is next. I mean, come on, it's the Snyder Cut, man. We've all been waiting for this for so long, for like 5-6 years now. Because the original Justice League was bad. It was terrible. Demon Slayer Mugen Train. It already released in Japan, but it hasn't released in America yet. It releases actually this month. And I'm a pretty big Demon Slayer fan. Oh, he aged that. I'm a pretty big Demon Slayer fan, so this looks really good. The Promised Neverland Season 2. If you haven't watched it, go watch The Promised Neverland. It's phenomenal. And finally, for the mid section, I put John Wick 4. John Wick 3, last year's John Wick 3 was like the best John Wick film. It was almost a 10 out of 10 for me. And after being betrayed, I'm super excited to see John Wick go on another killing spree. It's going to be so good. Now, finally, with the high tier list, Far Cry 6. This to start off with the high tier. Start off with the high list. I'm a big fan of the Far Cry series. A really big fan. I think all games, even 5 and New Dawn, were at least all right. And Far Cry 6, especially with Giancarlo Esposito, I think this game is going to be really good. Unlike some theories, though, I do not think that the son is Boss. Like, I don't think that's Boss. Unless he has a sister, then maybe Boss, but I don't think that's Boss, the son. Spider-Man 3. Even though we haven't gotten a trailer or anything yet, just imagining what this movie will make of the, like, not just this Spider-Man will make of not just the Spider-Man, but the entire MCU is gonna be insane. I'm all for it, man. Next is the Uncharted movie. We've been waiting for this for a while, honestly. I've been waiting for this for a while. I'm a big Uncharted fan, and Naughty Dog did an exceptional job with all 4 games, including The Lost Legacy. And I think this movie looks pretty good, especially with Tom Holland. And to keep the Naughty Dog train kicking, The Last of Us series, even with The Last of Us 2, which I think is a good game, I'm still a big fan of the series, and I'm so excited that it's going to get a TV show. Only 8 episodes long, sure, but I'll still be watching it. I really hope they dive into like Tess and Joel's relationship before the first game, like what happened in that 20-year time span about how they met. That's what I'm hoping. Next up, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. I'm a big Conjuring fan, even like most of the spin-offs. Not The Nun and Law and Order. Those two fucking terrible. But Annabelle, like in my opinion, is like pretty good. Like all of the films in Annabelle are at least good. And The Conjuring, both Conjuring films are even better. So I'm really excited for this third Conjuring film. My favorite horror movie, not my favorite horror movie. The one I'm most anticipated for is Spiral from the Book of Saw. I freaking love Saw. It's one of my not only one of my favorite horror franchises, one of my favorite franchises as well. Saw is great. Almost all the films are at least good. Not you, 3D. You sucked. 3D sucked so much, and it sucked, and it's sad because that was like the ending to like the main 8 films, right? Wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was 8. But we're still getting continuations, obviously. Jigsaw and now this, so I'm really excited. My favorite I keep wanting to say favorite. My most anticipated movie of the year. Now, not my number one. I still have 2 more left. But my favorite. Oh my god. My most anticipated film may come as a surprise to you. You may have not even heard of it. It's called Malcolm and Marie. I just recently heard of it like a week ago, or somewhere around there. But I've read into it, and it looks good. If you don't know what it's about, here I can just pull up the Netflix description. It's on Netflix right now. No, you can't watch it, but just the description is. And just from reading it, I'm like intrigued. I'm pretty sure it's all in black and white as well, which makes me even more excited because I would love to see another black and white film. Wait, is this a documentary? Or not a documentary, though. I don't think so. Oh, yeah, never mind. As a filmmaker and his girlfriend return home from his movie premiere, smoldering tensions and painful revelations push them toward a romantic reckoning. Sam Levinson. Have you ever heard that name, Sam Levinson? Levinson? I never heard of it, honestly. You're muted.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking it up now, and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Euphoria, Another Happy Day, Assassination Nation. Yeah, he didn't really make any, or he didn't really start or direct anything special, but this movie looks really fun. Looks really good, and might be an emotional journey as well. Now my top
Could
2.
be, yeah.
My number 2 is ReZero Season 2, Part 2. I love this show so much. It's about a boy named Natsuki Subaru. He gets transported to another world, and he has to like try and find his way around it, like all that stuff. But there's a twist. Whenever he dies, he comes back to life, and it is a dark show, especially with this cult, the witches cult. With they're a cult, obviously, that believe that the witches, all of the witches of sin, are like these gods and stuff like that, and so they obviously worship them. And the Sin Archbishop, the main one in the one in season 1 was Sin Archbishop of Greed, I think, who was named Ferro Gitromini Conti.
Wait, is it my turn
What a
yet?
fantastic villain he was. I was sad to see him. No, not yet. And the first part of season 2, this year we got was really good, and that's on a cliffhanger. So I'm all for it. And finally, my number 1 most anticipated thing of the entire year. It's already airing, but it got a 2-week what's it called? They're taking a break for 2 weeks. Started last week. But my number 1, same as number 1 from last stream of Zach's, Attack on Titan in the final season. My favorite show of all time. Of course I'm gonna be excited for this epic final season. Of course I am. Like obviously I can't say anything about it because if so, then I will be spoiling the basement twist, which is like the biggest twist of like the entire series so far. And I can't say anything about like what the show, like what the season's about, but it's just phenomenal. Just leaves me mind blown, and I'm so excited for next week's episode. We would be getting a week tomorrow. We would be getting an episode tomorrow, but they're celebrating New Year's over there, so which I can
Yeah.
which I can respect and stuff like that. But I'm really excited, and the last episode's cliffhanger was so good. If you have never watched Attack on Titan, watch it, please. I beg of you.
So no total drama for your list, huh?
No, sorry. If I did put in, I'd be honorable mentions maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm not as excited as you were.
That's fair.
But I'm still pretty excited. Finally, we'll be getting a reunion.
Yep. Even though it's not canon, but at least in our eyes, it is canon.
Big fan. Yeah. Yeah. It's canon in our eyes, man.
Yep. So is that your list?
Yep, that's my list.
Alrighty. So all right. So Andrew,
Okay, got 10 in mind.
anticipated. Yep. Most anticipated of the year.
My number 10 is The Suicide Squad. I like how different it is. I think it might be better than what David Ayer did, and to give us new takes on the characters with look, and I think it'll be a fun film.
Sweet.
Let's see. I think my number 9 will be that Uncharted movie because I've seen the games and I enjoyed them. Nathan Drake and all that stuff. If only the casting were different, but I'm not complaining. We'll see how Tom Holland does with the role and Mark Wahlberg, but I think it'll be a good film. My number 8 is Mortal Kombat. I played the games; they were fun. The movies weren't so good, so I'm hoping that this one can be better. And see with a fight Mortal Kombat. My number 8 is the CW Superman Lois TV show. The reason why is because Superman is my favorite DC, one of my favorite DC heroes, and the CW kind of did him dirty. And I'm hoping that with this show we could see him done right with a better costume and him playing his villains with Lois Lane and his kids. All right, I'm on 8, right? All right. My number 7 is the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show. I like what we're doing, seeing this film with a spy thriller. I like the characters of Bucky and Sam. And then we go see the duo team up to be Aaron Zemo again. I am on 7.
Yep.
All right, my number 7 is.
Oh my, you already said your number 7. So this will
Okay.
be number 6.
All right, number 6 is the Space Jam 2. Because I wasn't that much of a fan of the first movie, but seeing the concept we're hearing for this movie sounds like it could be a really cool, fun time exploring the Warner Brothers multiverse, seeing all these cool characters, having the movie like The Mask, The Joker, Pennywise, having them all team up with LeBron James. I think this could be a fun film. My number 5 is what else? Is the Loki TV show. I really enjoyed Tom Hiddleston as the character, and I like the concept we're going with this show, like more like a crime drama throughout different space and time and different places in the multiverse. And I'm looking forward to see how they handle going forward with all the different worlds and different versions of Loki in the time agency. Let's see.
That was number 6.
Wait, what?
So that was number 6. So this would be 5, right?
I think so. Let's see. What else is there this year? Okay. Before I do my number 5, what else? What stuff did you got? Oh, I know. My number 5, Halloween Kills.
Yes.
Michael Myers, awesome villain. The first movie. I think this movie is a good sequel after the 2018 film. And let's do it with crap. What was her name?
Yep.
What was her name again?
Laurie Strode.
No, the main girl. The one who was it? Jimmy Lee Curtis. That's it.
Yeah,
You've
Jamie
seen
Lee
her back.
Curtis.
All right. My number 4 is Black Widow. I enjoy the character of Spy played by Scarlett Johansson. I know it's gonna be sad before her death, and I'd like to see how it is what she's been after Civil War with her family and Taskmaster and all that stuff. I can't wait to see what we do. Number 3 is No Time to Die. I'm a fan of James Bond. I've seen all the actors who played them: Connery, Moore, Dalton, Brosnan, and Craig, and can't wait to see Daniel Craig's final outing as the character in his last adventure. My number 2 is Gotham Knights. Even though there's no Bruce Wayne, I think this game has a cool idea. So having that family take up the mantle, defeating villains, even though it's not connected to the Arkham games, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Court of Owls and maybe Bruce Wayne's return. And my number 1, Spider-Man 3.
Who would have
And
guessed, right?
yeah, well, because if the rumors are true, this movie is going to be exploring the multiverse, and they're seeing the return of the original Spider-Man actors, helping acquire Andrew Garfield, but teaming up with Tom Holland to defeat their villain from the past in this epic multiverse adventure that will continue off of WandaVision and lead into Doctor Strange. And that's my list.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Goodness.
All right. Catch you all
All
later.
right. All right, then. Say where they can find you there real quick.
You can find me on Twitter and on YouTube at Andy Bazai. All right.
All right. All right, Deshaun, my friend. Your list for things in 2020 you're most excited for, most anticipated releases of the year.
Here we go. I don't got like a top 10 list, but
Yeah.
I will say the movie that I am excited for, like a different category. The movie I'm not excited for that I had no interest in the Uncharted movie. I never played the game at all. Tom Hardy he could be great, I don't know. Mark Wahlberg is a weird choice to be in the movie. Yeah,
Yeah, I
they're
know
not
that's what I
excited
thought too.
for. You know, I see on set picture Tom Hardy do look great. Mark Wahlberg is got their real mustache. So I'm not excited for it, but I will go see the movie to see how good or bad it is. But I still think it will be a good movie. But yeah, I'm excited for it. No. The movie that I've been excited for, I've been waiting for is Space Jam 2. I know the first Space Jam movie with Michael Jordan. The second one with LeBron James. This could be great. All the stuff I hear like Joker, Mad, Pennywise in the movie. I am excited about. Will be excited about the movie. The movie that is the horror movie that I am excited for is Halloween Kills. They got a chance to be one of the best Halloween movies. Will it be? Maybe. But I
Yep.
still gotta see the movie to be the best Halloween movie. Today, I still think I heard that there could be like a end game of the Halloween franchise,
Yep. A
and
massive body count. Like Mike Myers is gonna off so many people.
and I heard that this could be the brutal Halloween movie ever. Today, I am excited about.
Yep.
Coming in superhero film, all the Marvel and DC film, like I try all of them, but the most exciting all of them is Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3, the MCU version, not the one for Toby version, the god awful one. But they got a chance to be the best Spider-Man movie. I know. A lot of people think, what about Spider-Man 2? Yes, Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man movie. But anything could happen. You could not do more than Spider-Man 2. I'm just saying. But I heard that Toby Andrew coming back to go what the movie was. This they set it up for a Spider-Man movie, and we are gonna have plans to see the movie. I don't care the movie bad. I might still like it.
Mm-hmm.
It coming in a show that I like this year and I'm more excited about this year. Is a teacher. This show have full of drama. I like the show. Of course, a teacher effort with another student, but that don't matter. It drama. It's drama. Favorite drama stuff in that show. And you want to go and you want to look for a drama show that you could like. I would rather than watch a teacher. Come in with a movie that I am excited for, but not that much. Either the new Fast and Furious movie. Um, the last one was not that good. I thought it was okay, but I understand why people didn't like the now one. There could be within. I know John Cena gonna be in the movie. That my word about John Cena because I don't think John Cena is that a great actor. He's an okay actor, but he's not that great. And I think the movie gonna be good. It could be okay, but I am excited for this one, but not that much. Coming in a Disney movie in the middle morning. I know what her name gonna be in the movie. What her name?
Melissa McCarthy.
Yes, yeah, Melissa McCarthy. I don't think she a bad actor. I don't think she a great actor. But I will give her a chance. I'm not gonna say she gonna be bad. I will give her a chance. I will give everybody a chance. And I heard that they're gonna do lots of stuff in the movie. I heard it not gonna be too much of the original like Lion King did. So I like that. Come in. Yeah, I know this is not the on the 2021 list, but come in the movie that I'm not excited for at all. And I hope why they get a sequel in Lion King 2. Lion King 2, like, why they getting a sequel? I like the first one, but come on, that movie has too many problems with the first one. It felt like
Yeah.
the original one. I understand they trying to go straight to the original one, but trying to do something different, trying to do something different. And
Yeah.
the now
I'm
one that
worried though. I was gonna say real quick that I am worried though that this Lion King live action sequel will be a copy of that animated sequel they did.
hmm and I understand why because the remake one it had problems. Did I like the movie? Yes. But it
Yeah.
kind of felt like the original one all over again, and trying
Hmm.
to go something different. And come in, and this is my next category is the movie that I will take my family to see. Is that be Scene Two? Scene Two gonna be I like the first Scene movie, a think movie. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I actually enjoy it. I actually enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
I will take my family to see the movie, kids stuff. So that my list.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah, wait a minute. One more thing. So
All right.
there's another category. Total, total drama. Total drama. Yes. Yeah. I know a lot of people didn't like season 7. I didn't even watch season 7. I heard it bad. I did go watch season 7, but I heard that YouTube gonna do a total drama that could be set up like original. I know it's like fan made stuff, but I
Hmm.
still try. I don't care if fan made or not. I still going to watch it and see. And that my
Yeah.
next one.
All right. So is that all of it?
Yes.
Alrighty. So that's my list. That's all of our lists. And I guess we're about 2.5 hours in. I guess that is gonna end it for tonight's stream. But before we wrap things up, Deshaun, my friend, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on my YouTube channel, Deshaun Williams. Yes, I changed my YouTube channel again because it's more easy you can find me. Also, you can find me on my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Robert Thorne Discord server, and also Saturday night I will be doing a watch party. I don't know which one, but on Saturday next, wait a minute, not Saturday.
All right.
Yeah, maybe tonight. No, Sunday. Sunday, I will be doing watch party of the Dark Knight Rising. Make sure y'all check that out. So that here for me.
All right. So, yep. And y'all can obviously find me here. My channel is Zach Axiola. Y'all be sure to subscribe to these great people, Deshaun, EJ, Ninjoid. They make great content and they're great people and they're fun to they're just very fun to talk to and do these streams with. And yep. Here's to a much better year this year. And regardless of how everything goes, we just gotta remember to be optimistic. Because I had to learn that lesson the hard way, you know? So, with that being said, thank you all for watching. And everyone that was on here with me tonight, thank you all very much. And I will catch y'all next time with